Imagine this. You're standing on a low ridge overlooking a dusty plain near the small Boeotian village of Leuctra. The sun is high. The air is thick with heat and tension. Below you, two armies are forming, one legendary, one underestimated. On the right, the soldiers of Sparta, men whose reputation alone has shattered armies. Warriors raised from childhood to kill, their red cloaks ripple in the wind. On the left, the forces of Thebes, less famous, less feared. But something is different today. Their lines are shifting, deepening, changing. You notice something else. The Spartans are confident. The Thebans are preparing for something no one has ever seen before. And in just a few moments, the entire balance of power in Greece will change forever. Before we dive in, if you enjoy history told like this, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps these stories coming. To understand this battle, you need to understand one thing. For centuries, Sparta was untouchable. After their dominance in the Peloponnesian War, Sparta stood at the top of the Greek world. Their army, especially their hoplites, were considered unbeatable. Cities didn't just fear Sparta, they obeyed Sparta. But resentment was building. One of those resentful powers was Thebes. For years, Thebes had been overshadowed, politically manipulated, even occupied by Sparta at times. But that changed when a group of Theban leaders rose up and expelled the Spartan-backed government. At the center of this resistance was a man who would change warfare forever, Epaminondas, a thinker, a philosopher, and soon, a revolutionary general. What if the most feared army in the world wasn't actually unbeatable, just never challenged the right way? In 371 BCE, tensions reached a breaking point. Sparta marched north into Boeotia to crush Thebes once and for all. Their king, Cleombrotus I, led the army. Spartan forces: 10,000 infantry, 700 elite Spartan hoplites, the core warriors, allied troops from other Peloponnesian states. Traditional phalanx formation: Theban forces, 6,000 arms, 7,000 infantry. Elite unit, the Sacred Band of Thebes, commanded by Epaminondas. The Sacred Band deserves special attention. This was no ordinary unit. 300 elite warriors, paired in bonds of loyalty and love, trained to fight as one. Led by Pelopidas, they were among the most disciplined fighters in Greece. But even with them, Thebes was outnumbered. And facing Sparta head-on, that was considered suicide. If every general before him fought Sparta the same way and lost, what happens when one man decides to break every rule? Greek warfare at this time followed a predictable pattern. Armies formed phalanxes, tight formations of heavily armored hoplites with shields and spears. The strongest troops were placed on the right flank. Why? Because each soldier's shield covered the man to his left. So everyone instinctively drifted right for protection. This made the right side the strongest, most decisive point. Sparta followed this tradition perfectly. Their elite troops on the right. Their plan? Simple: advance, overwhelm, crush. It had worked for generations, but Epaminondas looked at this system and saw a flaw. Instead of matching Sparta, he reimagined the battlefield. Here's what he did. 1. He stacked his left flank massively. Instead of the usual 8 to 12 ranks deep, he made his left flank 50 ranks deep, a towering wall of men. 2. He placed his best troops there, including the Sacred Band. 3. He weakened his center and right flank, almost refusing them entirely. 4. He angled his formation diagonally. This meant his strongest force would hit the Spartan right first, before the rest of the armies fully engaged. This was called the oblique order. No Greek army had ever done this before. Imagine watching an army intentionally weaken half its line, right before facing Sparta. Would you think it was genius or madness? The armies advance, dust rises, shields lock, spears lower. The Spartans move forward with confidence, expecting another routine victory. But something feels off. The Theban line isn't even, it's tilted. Before the Spartans can fully adjust, boom. The Theban left slams into the Spartan right, not evenly, not gradually, but with overwhelming force. The Theban left, 50 ranks deep, hits like a battering ram. At the point of impact, Sparta's best troops, but they are outmatched in depth and momentum. The sacred band fights at the front, disciplined, relentless, precise. The Spartans push back. For a moment, it holds. Then something unthinkable happens. The Spartan line begins to buckle. King Cleombrotus is wounded, then killed. And with that, the invincible Spartan right flank collapses. What happens when the army that never breaks suddenly does? Greek battles were psychological as much as physical. When one section broke, the rest often followed. As the Spartan right collapses, the shock ripples across the line. Their allies begin to retreat. The Theban center, previously held back, now advances. The Spartans are no longer fighting to win, they are fighting to survive. Casualties mount. Roughly 1,000 Spartans and allies killed. 400 of them were full Spartan citizens. That number is devastating. Why? Because Sparta's citizen population was already small. Every loss mattered. The Battle of Leuctra wasn't just a victory, it was a shockwave. For the first time in centuries, Sparta had been decisively defeated in open battle. If Sparta could fall, what did that mean for the rest of Greece? The consequences were massive. 1. Spartan power shattered. Their aura of invincibility, gone. Allies began to question them. Enemies began to rise. 2. The rise of Thebes. Thebes became the dominant power in Greece, at least temporarily. Epaminondas launched campaigns into the Peloponnese itself, something once unthinkable. 3. Liberation of the Helots. Sparta's economy relied on enslaved populations called Helots. After Leuctra, regions like Messenia broke free. This crippled Sparta's economic base. 4. Military innovation spreads. Epaminondas' tactics influenced future generals, including a young man from Macedon, Philip II of Macedon, who would later pass those ideas to his son, Alexander the Great. What if one battle didn't just defeat Sparta, but helped shape the conquests of Alexander the Great? Leuctra proved something revolutionary. Victory doesn't always go to the strongest army, it goes to the smartest strategy. Epaminondas didn't just win. He rewrote the rules of warfare. Concentration of force, tactical innovation, breaking tradition. These ideas are still studied today. And yet, Thebes' dominance didn't last long. After Epaminondas' death, their power faded. But for one moment in history, they stood at the top. So here's the question. If you were a general facing an unbeatable enemy like Sparta, would you follow tradition and hope for the best, or risk everything on a completely untested strategy? Let me know in the comments. Join us for our next dive into an even crazier battle, with a lot more dead left in the wake.